Hi guys, it's Ray. I'm back with another video this week. This week is an art video. Excuse the maybe bad audio and my voice sounding different. I'm currently laying in bed because I'm pretty sick for the last couple weeks. I've been sick. I had the flu, and the moment I got over the flu, I got the stomach flu. So I'm just kind of dealing with that right now. I'm trying to take it easy, but I didn't put a video out last week, so I wanted to do my best to put one out this week. I want to talk, so what we're doing today is basically we're doing 3 DTIYs, which if you don't know are draw this in your style. Basically a creator puts out a piece and says, hey, you guys can draw this in your style, tag it, maybe they'll retweet, maybe they'll like, follow, whatever. Sometimes there are prizes, sometimes there's not. So I'll have on the screen who it is, the original piece, so you can go follow them and see what I'm basing these off of. I also wanted to, I'll be on and off talking about my process, but I also wanted to talk to you guys about the recent Twitch change, because a lot of people are going to be moving to YouTube for streaming and just in general. And I think it's like pretty important and interesting to talk about. Basically what's going on right now is YouTube just put out an announcement where instead of doing the 30-70 revenue split, so creators would get 70% of the revenue that they're making from like subs, bits, etc., they've changed it to 50-50. So people are only getting 50% of the revenue split now with Twitch. They just put out this announcement, and people are pretty upset, and they're starting to move over to YouTube. And I think it's important just to mention, because I think right now you should probably look at who you're subscribed to, what's going on with them, and how they're taking it if they're moving. You know, especially small creators, it's really important to pay attention and support them if you can. On top of that, I will probably be streaming. I'll be shouting out some other creators as videos go on. But I just wanted to mention that real quick. There's a lot of shit going on Twitch right now that I'm not going to fully mention in this video, but it's kind of crazy right now. So I'm hoping that YouTube is a pretty good, like, safe haven for everybody. This was the first piece, and let's move on to the second one. Well, after I do my highlights, right? But yeah, you can kind of see my process here, and in the second and third one, I'll explain it a little bit better. I just wanted to get all that out of the way. So this is the second piece. I had kind of a general idea for this one. It's quite a bit different from the original, mostly based on the fact that I wanted to make the wings larger. And I had kind of the other two I had a lot more of a color palette in mind. This one I really didn't, because it was a really basic color palette. So I just kind of did the best I could with that. But I really like, if you can't tell, I really like lining and just in general drawing feathers. I think they're really fun to work on and stuff like that. So what you can see in my line processing is I like to do line art, and then I like to detail my line art separately. So basically I'm adding line weight to certain parts that I want to give that weight. If you don't know what that means, basically line weight is whenever you add a thickness to certain parts of your lines to kind of detail this, like just different stuff, like shadows and the distance between things, things like that. So I do that, and then I block out my colors. So you'll see I did a basic block out, I picked my colors, and now I'm adding that. I did something I don't typically do here, and that's I used a different painting brush for the colors. I wanted to gradient these colors a little bit nicer. So I did, and it gave it a little more detail, and then you can see me doing my base shading here. So it's a pretty basic thing here, basic shading, but this last piece is the one I'm probably most proud of. This one it was a lot of fun. It was very hard for me because I've never drawn birds, actually. So it was really interesting to try and do that. I did the base like sketch, and then I started kind of going in more. I took a lot more time with this one because I was so like both invested in the concept. I really liked the concept, as well as like I said, I've never drawn birds, so it took me a lot longer to kind of get those down. I tried my best. I don't think they look terrible, especially for not ever drawing birds. That's my one like thing I probably really need to work on, is drawing animals. And I mean, I think this is really good practice. It was what I realized while doing this is it's a lot easier to get the base shape of these animals down and then add maybe the wings or the beak afterwards. It made it a lot just more comprehensible, instead of just like going willy-nilly, you know. And by base shape, I mean the base body. So not the wings, not the beak, no super detail, you know what I mean. And that did make it a lot easier. I still had some issues, but like I said, I think it altogether turned out pretty well. I also kind of took a page out of the creator Mad's book whenever I was looking at the wings, and kind of added that distance between feathers. You can see more towards the top, towards the body. I found it to be a lot more pleasing to the eye than just like a crap load of feathers that you just like can't really discern or see, and it kind of muddies the image almost. So, and then you can see that I'm starting to do the line detailing again. That part probably takes me the longest, but I feel like it gives a very distinct look to my pieces. You can tell it's me pretty easily by that. Yeah, while that's happening, I will talk about me being sick. So like I said, I got the flu. I was feeling terrible, just laying up in bed, not doing great. I went to the doctors or the ER actually, because I got really anxious. And they were like, oh yeah, you just have the flu. Don't worry. I thought I was dying because I have anxiety, and of course I did. And then I got over it, and I was like, oh cool, I get to go back to work. I can work on shit again, right? And then I got the stomach flu. I guess everybody at my job got it, which is great. So then I had to take the day off work again, and then today is my off day. So that's kind of, that's what happened. I'm trying my best. I'm hoping to get more videos out soon. But I've been having a hard time trying to work on them because of that. So I'm starting to do the colors. What I do first is color blocking out. So I pick a palette, and then I start blocking out the colors, and then start adding more detail, like you can see with the feathers, and blocking the full feathers out. I'm starting to color block the birds, and then starting to do bird detail. And it just kind of helps so that whenever I get to my shading, it's a lot easier to just know what I'm doing. So I use about 3 to 4 layers whenever I'm doing art, just because I get very confused very easily if I have more layers. So that's why I'll like block it out first. I don't do one after the other kind of thing. And then I'm very precise with my shading so I don't mess it up. And then you can see I kind of did highlights. I'm working on highlights right now, and I'm gonna in a second work on the background. It's pretty simple, but it's gonna give a nice little detail so it's not super blank. But I mean, that's about it. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you later. Also, before I forget, if you could subscribe, if you watched the full video and you enjoyed what I was doing, if you could subscribe, I think it would be awesome. And thank you very much.